I've always grown up in a family where nothing's giving, everything's earned. Kind of transitioned over to racing, which was a good trait to have. Started off-road racing when I was at a very young age, you know. Always grew up in the desert, riding dirt bikes, hanging out with friends. My real experience was when I was 4. My parents got me my first quad, and Dad started racing dirt bikes in the desert, so immediately I started racing my quad in the desert, and kind of started escalating from there, but we've always been a desert family.
When we put him on that bike and he got on the starting line, it was a moment we won't ever forget as a family. We were there for fun, and here we are.
I started racing UTVs back in 2012. I was racing my 170 at local dirt series races. My uncle had built me a cage for it, and kind of trying to have some fun, and from there we started taking it a little bit more serious as we have a naturally competitive family. Moved to 170s, was in there a couple years, and won the 2015 World Championship, 2015 Works Championship, and then we just said we're ready for the big dogs, and started building 1000, and all uphill from there. My relationship with my dad is definitely a little different. We're best friends, you know. A lot of kids my age, they just want to be on their own, but I need my dad around. He's a big sport and helps me out all the time. And we fight sometimes, we throw wrenches at each other sometimes, but we always get it done.
This last year, he's taken control, and there's been times where I'm handing him the tools, and it's handing him those tools with a smile. Like, it's me and him, and I love it.
So last year was my first year racing Best of the Desert, and my expectations were just try to finish the races. You know, I didn't know what I was going up against, so I was going in kind of blind. And we came out to the Mint, which was our first race, and came with a second, so it kind of sparked things up and made me want to push a little bit harder. Coming into the Mint was probably one of the most intimidating days of my life. You know, I came in with a car that we've barely driven. Me and my dad built it in our garage, and we wanted to come out swinging, but expectations weren't the highest, and seeing all the guys with their fully built cars and all the drivers that have been there for years, it was definitely intimidating. Like, we had Kristen Matlock in there, we had Dodge Pullman in there, a bunch of the fastest dudes out there, and I was going up against them, so going in was a little intimidating. To maybe, hopefully, be able to walk away with a class win at the Mint would be insane, you know. 16 years old to do it, and just never in my wildest dreams would have thought I'd be competing at the Mint and maybe in contention for a win. I've been racing on BFGs for 2 years. Actually, just seeing RJ Anderson and Ronnie Anderson run the BFGs, that started me on them, and we ran the 30s in short course, and now we're moving on to 32s in the desert. BFGoodrich tires are probably one of the most important things in my desert racing program, because no flats equals me you can drive with confidence. You know, you don't want to be getting out the car, changing a flat every couple hundred miles. Honestly, I just have so much trust in it that I couldn't pick any other tire, you know? I just have confidence driving with whether it's in the rocks or in the silt where I know there's sharp edges. Just knowing that I have the best under me is a good feeling. This is just the beginning of my career, you know? I just started. I'm just a 16-year-old guy trying to work my way through, but being on a team with where it's RJ, Rob Mack, and just being a part of the BFG family at such a young age is quite the experience, you know? I have all these amazing people around me to support me, and it's definitely a learning curve. The most difficult part for our race team of racing is just trying to get the time off work and school. You know, my parents both have full-time jobs, and I'm in school full-time, so trying to keep up in school and parents still go to work, it's a little bit of a challenge, but we seem to always get it done. I'm not a normal 16-year-old kid. I know, you know, I come home, work in the shop, I'm not out going to the pool, riding bikes, doing all the normal 16-year-old things, but I come from a really competitive family, and we always want to come out on top, so once I start one thing, I want to be the best in it.
It's a teardropper when you see him on that line and take off and cross a checker flag, no matter what position he comes in. To see him start and finish those huge BITD races, it puts a smile on my face no matter what happens, and I wouldn't change it for a thing.
My favorite part of the journey is just quality family time, you know? All my family comes to the races, even my grandma's come to the races and come watch, and I'll come home and I see all my friends, they congratulate me, or my teachers congratulate me, or they follow me on Instagram. And just knowing that people recognize what I'm doing is pretty awesome.